What's up, everybody, and welcome to the next stop on the abandoned little evacuated town whole kind of thing. Oh no, you go. The whole little town area. Basically, we're just walking around looking at towns that have been just left. Basically. Right here, Graniteville Mill. This mill is the largest textile mill in Annabelle, South Carolina. It was chartered in 1845 and opened in 1847. It was founded by William Gregg, who was just up there at the cemetery we were at, 1867, a Virginia native, an advocate of the industrial development who chose this site for its proximity to the water power, granite deposits, and the SC Railroad. Company provided housing for a school and store and land for churches, creating a model mill village. Unlike most early textile mills, it was adequately funded. Under Gregg's management, the early Graniteville families lived under strict rules, a rigid schedule, and became a close-knit community. During the Civil War, the mill made fabrics from the Confederacy. After Gregg died in 1867 while fighting a flood of Horse Creek, the company was run by its board, which expanded operations after several changes, and ownership of the Graniteville remains one of the oldest textile manufacturing concerns in the South. This right here was Hickman Memorial Hall. As you can tell here, it's being sold. So now we look around the actual mill area right here. As you can see, this right here was Hickman Memorial Hall. Why is this thing still crooked? There we go, we should be centered. Right there, okay. So this used to be Hickman Memorial Hall. And then you had a lot of this right here was just all textile mill. All of this was just textile mill. From as far as the eye can see up there, to all the way down here. All of it. But I want to start over here first, so. All of this was booming and thriving at one point in time. And then it got taken over. And then you had the Graniteville train crash, which basically destroyed a lot of stuff over here. Pushed out a lot of people, pushed out a lot of things. So most of the area has either been vacated or left because of either the mill closing down, which had a lot to do with the train crash. You even have Lavelle McCampbell over there, the school. See here, part of the old mill, the old water tower. Graniteville, established in 1845. There's more parts of the mill over there. So I'm back. Supposedly a man walked up to me over there and said something to me, but there's no man that walked up to me, so I don't know anything about that. I can smell fire, so obviously somebody's having a fire around here. This was part of the textile mill here. I gotta make sure this camera's level, because it don't look level to me. There we go, now it's level. Yeah, this fire comes from somewhere, look at that. Tons of smoke over here, so there's fire coming from somewhere. But yeah. So a lot of this is the textile mill area. Like I said, a lot of this has been closed. Hello? I just heard movement. back here. All this was mill, and now it's all just abandoned, left here, being reclaimed by Mother Nature. Yeah, it's all now being reclaimed. Hadn't been used in forever too, though. Voluntary cleanup project by Water Property Holdings. Environmental assessment redeemed for mixed-use redevelopment. So the old receiving administration right here. Another old building over here. All of this was just like factories and stuff. All of these areas just abandoned. There's just a bunch of old mills. Then you go over here, you see the backside of the mill over here. What is that noise? Okay, I keep hearing weird stuff coming from in there. Like really weird stuff. Like noises and stuff. Very weird noises. Look at the sun over here though. Look at the clouds. Lie to you no more. I'm like straight up hearing somebody inside this building right here. I'm 100,000% sure somebody's in there. You! When I walked up, you could hear just weird noises, man. That was strange. Hickman Mill. Everything's abandoned, man. So back to exploring more. It just smells old over here. I can tell you nobody been over here in a hot minute. Come on, camera, why are you? There needs to be a little level on this thing. You go across the street right here. Just some more abandonness. This is actually fairly creepy over here though. Another part of the plant that's been abandoned for no telling how long. All the way back there, look at all that. All that just beautiful abandonness. So as I walked up here a second ago, I was taking a photo. I heard a knock like right there at that door. If somebody's in there, can you knock for me? Knock again for me. Let me know you're in there. You gotta knock louder than that. Bang on something. Oh, you heard that, right? Thank you. Can you make this door right here shut? Can you make a really, really loud noise for us? Make one super loud bang again. Please. Can you bang for me one more time and I'll leave you alone? Well, we got one bang, which is pretty cool. Look at the sky. Don't know what that was. Something banged. No trespassing. I know we don't trespass. Sorry. Oh, look at that back there. So I'm hearing people talking, but there's nobody around. But this is the old Greg plant up here. The old Greg plant. We'll zoom in a little bit so y'all can see it. This right here is the old abandoned Greg plant. It's absolutely gorgeous, but it's all abandoned. Everything you see from miles wide, long, abandoned. Like I said, this is the Greg plant right here. One of these days would love to be able to get inside these places. But right now it's just not in the books, which is okay. I've actually been in one or two of them before they put up the signs that said no trespassing. So, yeah. Greg planned. Hearing a bunch of weird stuff. Look how far back that plant goes. Oh, it's like mansions. That's literally what they look like. They look like complete and total just mansions. Oh, that's abandoned. Private road, no through traffic. No through traffic. But yo, I literally just heard footsteps over here in this gravel, and it kind of freaked me out. Yeah, but that's a lot of Graniteville right there, everybody. Just a lot of places that have been abandoned, haven't let go, and but they're gorgeous buildings, they're gorgeous places, and yeah, it's cool to be able to show you the outside. Even if you can't get inside, it's still cool to be able to show you the outside of these places. Hello. Something loud going on over there.
I was going to tell you about that. Did you get a copy of that?
What?
A photo of that?
Yeah.
Did you know about you can go right down there to that creek?
Well, I've been over there, but last time I was here, there was a guy that pulled up in a white truck and told me I couldn't go anywhere near the building.
Oh yeah, he's still in the white truck.
Yeah, because we pulled up and I was sitting right here, and I wasn't doing nothing. I literally, because before all the no trespassing signs were up, I was inside the mill.
Oh really?
And then this was way back years ago, and I came back and I was just walking, because you can walk through the back side of the mill and come right on the other side.
I did it.
And I was walking too, and then I pulled up over here, and a guy in a white truck pulled up, and he was like, well, all this is now private now. You can't park here. I was like, well, we'll move the car. And he was like, oh, no, you can just leave it here. Yeah, that's what he told us. So, and then I was like, well, we'll just leave the car here. We'll move it. And he was like, oh, no, you can just leave the car here.
He usually don't care about, like, right here.
For some, I don't know if he thought maybe we were, because this was exactly what he said out of his mouth was, I was like, sir, we're not trying to get into, because I asked him, I said, is that back there available? And he said, no, it's not. It's private. So I said, okay, cool, we won't go. And he was like, well, that's what people have told me before. Oh,
he actually opened the gate this week.
See, that's what, I was just over there a minute ago in the parking lot, and you can hear, it sounded like a faint woman screaming and whistles, almost like photography going off inside the building. So I don't know if there's somebody in there or not.
According to him, I asked him, I'm the pastor of the Baptist church.
Oh, cool.
I walk.
Mm-hmm.
And anyway, I see him all the time, and if I see something strange, I'll tell him.
Yeah.
But he was telling me he thinks there's somebody in all of them.
Well, this is what I do. I have a YouTube channel, and what I do is I go around, because I'm from Augusta, but I go around. I love the history of stuff.
That was the first mill in the United States of America to get electricity.
And see, they've got one right over the Savannah River in Augusta. It's called Sibley Mill.
I think I've heard.
Pretty nice one, and there's only been a film crew and like one other person. They allowed me full access to the entire place because I asked for permission, because I don't trespass. That's something I do not do. And the people are like, well, the gate's open, you can go ahead. I'm like, I don't trespass. Yeah. I ask permission. Yeah, if they say no, then okay. If they say yes, then I go and I run through it.
What was that like?
And but I came here that one day, and he was like, no, we don't want, because he thought, I guess we were the ones going and vandalizing. And I said, no, we don't vandalize. And he was like, well, that's what they all say. I said, I understand that, but if you don't believe me, I will sit here and show you my entire video.
See, there's very few of you.
Yeah, so there's a lot of them.
Yeah, a lot of them, and very few of you, so he's got to be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I said, sir, I'll let you see my video, all that stuff. And he was like, no, that's fine. So he watched this as we kind of walked around, but all we did was walk around, took photos. I have a spirit box on me, so I went over to where the train crash was.
Oh, yeah.
And actually got in touch. Well, it came through my spirit box. A guy that worked at the mill and a conductor for the train came through their names. So I was like, okay. All right. So it was just because I like to show the history of the area and all that stuff. So I've been around Lavelle, McCampbell, and this is the second time I've been
now, you
here.
Know that's the oldest.
See, right over there where the I'll say right over there where the see about where the yellow ladder is from here.
Yeah.
I was standing at the fence a minute ago, and I was just messing around. I don't know if it was just the building settling or anything, but there was a knock that came from the inside. And I said, well, if there's somebody in there, can you knock again? A few seconds later, boom.
You see that sign right there? He's got no trespassing rule on it. That wasn't there 2 weeks ago, and I texted him. I said, Roger, somebody's knocked the door down. And they knocked that.
Back there?
Yeah, they did that too.
And see,
I don't see these people. Every once in a while, I'll see them on that dock right there.
Over here in this big one?
And one day I was walking here. I'm known as the guy that walks. And I'm about right there, and I hear a baby.
I
called Roger. I said, Roger, he lives just right there.
That's got to be creepy.
I said, Roger, there's a baby in there, no doubt about it. He came down with his wife. She sat in the truck, and me and him went in there, but we didn't see nobody.
That would freak me out.
Yeah, it was sort of weird.
Because I've been around, and then because I just, before the sun went down, I was just able to see actually how massive it is in the backside over here.
See, this is the creek right here, but did you see the canal up there?
Yeah, I've been.
What that is this is a creek right here, and what they did is they took the water from right here, brought it up to there, and brought it straight through the mill to power.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's where you see that bridge right there.
That's like going over from one side to the other.
Yeah, that's the water coming out.
Ah.
And so it was powered by that creek, which is actually this creek right here.
Because yeah, I've come around, and then because there was one night I came over, and there's another mill. It's not this one. I don't know if it's the Warren Mill.
Yeah.
I went over there, and the gates were wide open. There was no signs or anything. So if there were signs, I wouldn't have gone in.
Yeah.
But the gates were wide open. The door was open. So I walked inside, me and my buddy, and we kind of just walked around, and we came across a homeless man sleeping in the front.
Yeah.
So we kind of talked to him and kept him close to us. I'd rather have him close than in the... And as we were walking around, we could tell he was trying to lead us to... We could hear footsteps. So we don't know if he was trying to lead us somewhere or not. So we went back, and then when we went back the second time, the officers were waiting in the parking lot next door. And no, we didn't see them because they were blacked out. Yeah. So we go to walk in the door, and we walk out. We're like, no, let's get all our equipment set up. And they come guns drawn. I was like, sir, we apologize. We're not bad guys. I said the gate was wide open. There's no signs or anything for no trespassing. If there was, we wouldn't. Yeah. And that's what last time I was here, I wasn't rude or anything. I wasn't, because I was like, but I told the guy in the white truck, I was like, if you want people to stay out, you got to put up some signs.
Well, they have now, because it's gotten really bad in the last year. And see, this right here, old area, is sort of rough.
Yeah.
But over there, more rough.
Oh yeah. And because they were telling me they have a lot of people with drugs go in and out. And you could see it walking around. You can see the needles just discarded.
I know.
And I'm one of those guys, I'm like, I will never vandalize a place. I love the history and the beauty.
I do too. So I told Roger, Roger, I want to go in here.
Yes.
So he said, let me take you. So he took me in there, but I hadn't never been in here. I give him a hard time about it. But anyway, the best advice I can give you, if you go in one of these, take a flashlight and don't go, keep it right there. Because they have holes. Oh, I wouldn't,
unless I talk to him, the owners or police officers, I won't go in any of these buildings.
Yeah. But I'm saying if you would, if
they've ever got permission,
if they took you one day, keep that flashlight right here, because all of a sudden, whoa.
It's down.
Yeah.
Well, normally when because I was in the daytime, normally when I'm at nighttime, I have a whole really nice little setup. So I have my lights, and they're about 4,000 or 5,000 lumens a piece, so they can turn any dark room into just daytime.
Yeah.
And last time I was over here, because we walked around the other side, and we came around, and there's like a bridge right over here, and there was a door underneath it. So I was like, okay, well, there's no signs. I was like, well, I'm just gonna walk in and peek. It is so cold in there. Really? It was, but we were in there for just a second, kind of just looked, because when you walk in, there's just a massive open room. So I went in, took a couple photos and stuff, and then I came out. But I don't, unless I have permission, I'm not one of those guys.
The only person you can get the permission from is Roger. Because see, all this is for sale.
That's what I did. See, I didn't know if anybody had bought it or if it was just.
Yeah, they call it a conglomeration, which is. That means several rich people.
Yeah,
I know
gotcha.
One of them's Pete Davis. He's the main one. He lives in Atlanta. But the only person here is Roger.
See, I didn't know if it had been maybe area was condemned or they were doing. I know over in certain areas I've been to, they're doing like EPA's doing like soil samples and.
They did that in that creek, and this could be a gossip, but somebody said they found some chemicals in the creek.
I wonder if that was from here or the train crash.
No, it was probably.
Well, the train was just the chlorine in the air, right?
Yeah, it was chlorine in the air. It didn't get to the creek.
So it had to been if it.
Yeah, I'm sure they used to dump trash in there.
I wouldn't be surprised. And yeah, I don't. I carry a little card with me. Well, see, that's how the biggest one I've ever. Well, I haven't really been to a big one. I was just in Charleston not too long ago, and went around the old naval base because a lot of it's abandoned like this. And then I went inside the USS Yorktown, the Laffey, because they have the tour. I didn't get to make it to Sumter, so my next trip I'm definitely going to Sumter because everywhere I go, I hit. I go to all the forts. I went to I think it's Pulaski or Pulaski in Savannah, right outside of Tybee. And then I did a couple of them in Charleston, but I didn't get to make it to Sumter. I was like, yeah, that's on my list. Because I just love the history. I'm a massive history. And it's just something about these buildings.
and Mother
Me too.
Nature kind of
I
reclaiming
know.
them.
I thought the same thing. I've read about them. I've asked people in church about them. And I was going to tell you one more thing. When I was 1973, I was 7 years old, and I was playing I lived in a subdivision. My mother screamed, and we saw police cars everywhere. And that was when the President of the United States, Nixon, pardoned the man that lived 3 doors up. My Lai massacre of William Calley, the United States Army. He went into a village in the Vietnam War called My Lai, and he killed every man, woman, and child. And word got out, and all of a sudden, the United States.
Your footsteps.
I heard a crack. It's probably.
That's all. I get weirded out because I'm in a bunch of creepy places a lot of times.
This is creepy at night.
I've yet to be here. I try to not be here at nighttime because with lights on, people drive by, they think you're up to no good.
Yeah.
So that's why I try to come during the daytime.
If they see that, they'll think, oh, he's professional.
Yeah. So I come out here, and that's what I try to do. I try to keep it. Every now and then I'll just have my phone, but when I'm out here taking photos, I like to have it. So if somebody does see me, they're like, oh, he's either taking photos or he's just getting what you would call B-roll just around the vicinity.
But that martial law, that William Calley, Lieutenant William Calley, the United States government charged a soldier for doing war, and the country was about fixing to go crazy. So the President of the United States said on the second day, you're pardoned. So everywhere I go, if I see somebody over 70 years old, I'm going to go, is that the place?
But no,
But this is weird here. I mean, when I come here, it was like, I still haven't been in that summer.
I haven't been in.
Oh, that's for sale right here.
There's a building right up here. Okay. For the one right here with the white porch. Is the one is the white building up there now for sale too?
That is the white one right there.
Oh, that is the big white one. Okay, that is for sale.
Yeah, that's for sale. Right at $1 million.
And then Lavelle McCampbell, is that for sale as well?
It was, and it was pending, but it didn't work, and that's owned by the
School board? Okay. Because I wanted to get inside Lavelle too, but I just went around the
there's
outside.
some people that go and get in there too.
I don't see. That's the one thing. The only thing I've done at Lavelle, I walked around the outside and then I walked up those weird, almost looks like you're boarding a ship. The stairs in the back.
In the middle.
Right in the middle on the backside.
Yeah, that's where you need to go, through the middle.
And I walked
through it a pretty good bit.
I didn't go inside, but we walked up. Right on the backside, they have those weird stairs that kind of go up like this. And to me, it looks like you're boarding a cruise.
Yeah.
So we walked up to the top, and then I started to get creeped out because my vertigo kicked in, and they didn't seem stable. So I immediately get back out. But I just love walking around and looking.
Now this one here goes that way a good piece. There's a road over there parallel. That's Scalga Lake.
Which one of these? Okay, I could be wrong. I don't know if it's this one or if it's the Warren Mill. One of them almost backs up to, you can see it from, is that Augusta Aiken Highway?
That's 421, yeah.
So I don't know if it's this one or Mill or the Warren, but I know you can see one of them
I just saw a
from
light in there.
right over here.
Yeah, I don't know if that was from a car or a single car.
Well, no, if there was a car coming, it wouldn't have shined.
I thought I just saw a light.
I'll put my camera on it and let you know. It'll pop up in my camera because I have a low light.
I think that's the easiest place to get in right there.
See, I didn't. I would have.
See it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But where did that come from?
It's.
Oh, it's right there. See it right there, right on the end.
Yeah. Okay. Is that from the car though that just came over the hill?
No, it's still there right now. It's the second window from this end.
Yeah, I see it right there.
Oh, that's.
No, that's not the car.
Well,
Okay, car's passing now. The light's still there.
that's weird.
And it looks like it's almost. Oh no! Hold on. No, there's a. Are you looking in the second or the third?
The second.
Second. There's a brighter one in the third window.
That might be. Oh, you're counting the first one as 1, 2.
For one, well, first windows, first set of 2, second set of 2, and then it looks like the corner of the third set of 2. Looks like there's something in the actual corner of the window, light-wise.
That's weird.
So maybe
I've
there's.
been in there, and when I went in there, I saw a sleeping bag over here, thing of food over here, and it was several. things
See,
in
I would have thought this one would have been the easiest one to get into.
I think
I'm guessing is it?
I think it'd be that one. See, because one day, that day I went with the baby in there. That fence right there, double gates right there.
Mhm.
I crawled under that.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, it was a little tight, but you could get in.
And it all backs up to the woods, don't it?
No,
Or is it just...
That's called Scarlet Lake Road over there.
Okay, so it's just a main road. So it's fenced all the way around.
Yeah, it's fenced all the way around, and Scarlet Lake goes to the interstate.
Well, it don't take much for somebody to jump the fence on the side where it's not looked after too much.
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't...
I saw it like there, but that was probably a car going by.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's not a couple people in there, because this light hadn't moved.
Why?
There, it's off.
It's off, yeah. Now, how does that? How would that be?
Okay, so we're sitting here seeing a light come on and off. Only thing I can think of is if it's somebody in there, they don't know we're right here. So they're either looking for something or they...
Or was there something?
Is there a road right here by where the 18-wheelers are?
Above it, there is.
Okay, so above it.
And it goes right down there. If you walk right here.
Oh yeah, I've been on that road. It goes straight all the way down back around.
Yeah,
right?
if you walk down right through there, you're going to get on that road up there. That was weird.
See, this is... I haven't been out here at nighttime like this, but now I kind of like, it's like, okay, if I sit right here at nighttime and just have my camera rolling, I'm pretty sure I'll see something.
Yeah.
But I swore, it was weird because when I walked up right there, because I saw the gate open, I was like, well, maybe somebody's in there. But I didn't see a car. And I started to hear like faint screams. And then it almost sounded like Shutter from photography. And I just kept hearing some other like faint whistles.
You think it was down here on this end?
Oh, it sounded to me like it was coming from not the bigger building, but this smaller one right here in the front.
Might not be. You see the big right here in front of us, that metal, that brick building right there.
Yeah,
Okay, at the very end of it, there's a space and there's a little bitty building. Between that is a set of steps, and I set this guy there. He worked here, but his wife kicked him out. He was from Pennsylvania, and he didn't have nowhere to stay, so I told him to go. He wasn't on drugs. He thought, he stayed there for 6 months.
right here in the middle.
You walk between them.
Between the first brick building and the second one.
Yeah,
Okay.
you walk right between, and there's a door there with steps. And he sat right there for 6 months working here. And Roger didn't mind because he wasn't on drugs and stuff.
See, that's what I would love to have. And I was thinking about this yesterday. I would love to be able to get, like, I don't know if it'd be something federal or whatnot, but I would love to get like a freelance security badge to where I can go in the places that, okay, if I show up, look, I'm security. If I go in, if I see anything wrong, I'll report it to you.
You see what the deal is.
But that is, the buildings are so decrepit and stuff.
See, they're afraid you're gonna fall.
Afraid I'm gonna fall and I'm
and
gonna
then
sue
you're
them.
gonna sue the crap out of them. So that's why they have to be super.
That's why it's simply.
That's where the we got some ladies in the church. They worked right there, and they were secretaries. And that was their building.
Yeah, it's vast, there's so much.
Yeah.
But
Now, the guy, William Gregg, he died at 68 because he got down here in the creek and something happened. I don't know what it was, but he fell or something.
because I just left Graniteville Cemetery, where he is.
Oh,
buried, right?
well, I don't.
Or they're.
That he was. I've been here 12 years. They moved.
Oh yeah, they moved into Savannah.
Somewhere.
And then I think the daughter brought back something. Because I remember reading the plaque towards the front. But yeah, it's so vast and it's so beautiful. And like today was the first time I actually got to come out.
Well, what I was going to tell you is William Gregg, he's the one, he came to the United States and the Virginia area, you know, where most of the pilgrims, I mean, not pilgrims, but people come. And he started one in Vultures. That's about, if you go, you know, the main road downtown is right here. That's, he was in church, so he was at a homeless house.
Oh, so you just turned around like this right back there. It's that second window.
Anyway, you go down here, you know what the lights are? It's the only, the only.
Oh, down here?
Yeah, down here. That's the only stoplight.
Yeah, right down here.
So that's the only one. Well, if you keep going, don't turn, go on this road. As soon as you go 200 yards, there's one road that goes over the railroad tracks and it goes to a little town called Vultures. That's where this started. And the mill there, though, it's not anything compared to this.
been in Vaucluse. I just did a whole video on Ellington. Ellington, Myersville, and all that was gone because of the plant. And I've been doing a lot of houses and just abandoned spots that I've found.
You see where the car is right there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if you were standing right there, William Gregg's house is that big, nice white one.
Is the white one right there?
Yeah, okay. It's the nicest one in Graniteville.
And
And do you remember at the cemetery that big cross?
yeah, the big giant one and the white one in the back.
Well, you can't see it right here. Under, but if you walk where that car is right there,
You can start to see the camera.
you can see it. If you go all the way to the top, where that car is about right now, you can see the whole, not the whole thing, but the majority of it.
Yeah, I never even knew there was one here until I was coming. Like I said, I think it's the Augusta Aiken.
It was $75,000. The guy that owned this.
Because there's another one in Carolina too that's big, right?
I'm not sure, but there's a guy, Weldon Wyatt. He lives at the Sage Valley Golf Course. It's his. But anyway, he bought this. He bought all this. When I got here, he owned it. His story is this. This man, he was the Walmart guy.
Walden?
Walden.
Yeah. Something Walden.
This
The Waltons or Walden.
This man named Walden asked him, he said, I think I'm going to build a building. Can you build it for me? So guess what happened? He became rich.
Oh, 100%.
Because he built every Walmart. And he lives here. And he owned this, but he sold it.
And now it's still.
Yeah, he sold it within the 12 years I've been here.
Are they selling it all as one property? Or are they selling them?
Well, right now, from what I understand, this is gossip, but if you just wanted to buy an acre and all, $825,000, you could buy it. But I also heard the rest of this was for sale for 3.6, but that's just gossip.
Yeah, 3.1.
I don't really know if that's true.
It'd be a steal at 3.6 though.
Yeah, I think.
Unless it all depends on what you're doing with it.
Well, that guy in the conglomeration that owns this, he started a thing called Reclaim. It's right straight across from there in the little modern-looking building.
Okay, modern area. Okay, yeah.
One story, and the government gave him, because he recycled stuff out of refrigerators, mercury, and all that stuff. The government gave him an incentive. After 5 years, it was fading out. So I guess he figured out to make as much money. It's for sale too.
Because I know over at Sibley they're starting to do work on it now on the Kingsmill site. Somebody bought that. But I don't know what you'd be able to, unless you just preserve all of this as like a.
Well, the biggest thing now that I see is building places for seniors. That's where the money's at.
You'd have to tear everything
And
down.
some people have said, well, what about that? But I don't know. It's going to be really interesting because
it'd be a massive.
we don't need
project.
them now because we don't do cotton like that. We get ours from China.
No, you don't. If any. Now, actually, to be honest with you, no, you wouldn't, unless they were putting a cyber center out here or something. But you don't. I would say to me, it'd be most of it probably torn. I would see a couple buildings that are nicer.
Yeah.
They'd probably keep up, whether they're offices or whatnot.
Yeah.
But the bigger ones, I mean, you could turn it into apartments, but it's gonna need.
Like that one that's for sale for $895. That'll probably sell.
Oh yeah, it's a beautiful building.
Although that is a lot of money. And downtown Graniteville is not known to be, very nice.
Yeah.
We have a lot of.
But it is a beautiful building.
Oh, it is. I've been in it. It's got just 3 stories. I was fascinated. We've had several things there, Christmas parties for the community and stuff like that.
It's good. Yeah, this whole area is nice.
And all the people that came here to live here, they were not poor people, but they lived out in the outskirts of 40 or 50 miles from here, and they didn't have a job. So when they heard they could get a job and a house, it was the biggest deal in the world.
In a heartbeat, yes.
Yeah, and that's what they did. They lived in these houses here, and they were happy as can be.
Had jobs, had.
Yeah. Well, I'll let you go.
Oh, no problem, man.
Yeah,
I
it was
appreciate
good talking to you.
Yes,
but
sir.
It is fascinating. I tell Roger all the time, still need to go in here.
Yeah, it's on my list of places.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, this over here is nice. That over there's nice.
This
but
will be your most bright because it's like a warehouse.
Okay.
Yeah, but you go over here, good gracious, it's amazing. I got a flashlight. Whoa!
Oh,
Just all
That's what I did. But it's something for this, just the pure size of how it is, and there's no telling what you'll find around the corner. That's how it was when I went in Sibley Mill. I was blown away at the fact that the mail center was still packed with mail. And it's just little things like that. I'm like, oh, that's why I love it. And coming around being able to see, not even though you don't, I'll be like, oh.